Welcome to the world famous Philadelphia Spectrum.
Historic Boston Garden,
Madison Square Garden. And this place is ready to explode tonight.
Heavyweight champion Hulk Hogan.
Madison Square Garden has one on their feet.
Welcome to WWE Old School. Let's go to the ring.
Hello everyone again, I'm Vince McMahon along with Bobby the Brain Heenan, and bringing up the rear, Lord Alfred Hayes. What a main event we have here tonight.
Well, the people are probably the most fortunate they've ever been, because they're about to see later on the real heavyweight champion of the world, Ric Flair.
At last we see the absolute showdown here. It's each man for himself in the worst possible way, or should I say, the best possible way.
All right, we're just about ready for our first matchup. Let's go up to ringside with our ring announcer, Howard Finkel.
This contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Tocula, Mexico, weighing 244 pounds, El Matador, Tito Santana. His opponent,
I beg your pardon?
Japan, weighing 235 pounds,
Tito Santana. Ready for action.
How do you like the color of his outfit, huh?
That's gorgeous, isn't it?
That's known as iridescent guacamole.
Is it really? Aha! Kato seems to be unimpressed.
There's a tremendous difference in the attitude that he has
Whoa,
adopted.
look at that! Nice arm drag takedown. Tito Santana at the top of his game. A frustrated Kato up in the air now and down to the, oh my! The official almost went down, just like Kato was. And Santana going after him. Whoa, come back in here.
You know, since Santana went back to Mexico to get his roots, it seems like he's a lot quicker, a lot sharper. But I don't know if he's a lot brighter, though.
A lot
Oh,
more
sir.
intensity.
Well, speaking of all of those attributes, we're going to have all that and more in our main event with Hulk Hogan meeting Ric Flair. And many of you perhaps will note Thanksgiving Eve, The Undertaker defeating the Hulkster for the World Wrestling Federation Championship, and largely, many would say, due to the interference on the part of Ric Flair.
Well, you'd have to say that Hulk asked for it. He got what he asked for.
I beg your pardon.
Go ahead, all you want. He still got what he asked for.
Kato now with Santana against the rope. Don't expect a clean break here. I'm surprised Santana was. Kato chopping away. Laying him in now on Tito Santana. Santana for the ride, coming off the rope, missing with a chop to the far side, back in behind his man now. Drives Kato to the rope, snatches him off. No, he doesn't. Smart maneuver on the part of Kato. Kato missing.
Some excellent maneuvers there by Tito Santana. And once again...
Oh, yeah, look at this. Santana really moving around the ring. And the toe way over the top.
See, you can't turn your back on Santana for a minute, because he'll cheap shot you.
Cheap shot you?
Well, that's what he did.
Alfred, I don't know if you'd agree with that or not. I mean, you've known Tito Santana for a long time.
I have indeed, Vince, but you know, Bobby will say anything that comes into his mind if things aren't going his way.
Well, no question of that. Then again, the same has been said of you in the past, but we won't bring that up at the moment. As Tito Santana locks back up now, back to the corner. Clean break, I doubt it. A right hand block by Santana, but unfortunately the knee was on the money. Look at this, kick right into the midsection. Kato taking it to Santana. My goodness. And right back out, Alfred.
Superb arm drag there by Tito Santana.
I would not, for one, want to be in Ric Flair's shoes, however, because I would think that all of the emotion, I mean, losing the World Wrestling Federation Championship on Thanksgiving Eve, again, I state largely due in part to Ric Flair. Notwithstanding the extraordinary efforts of The Undertaker, though. But nonetheless, I would think that Hulk Hogan is going to take all that frustration on Ric Flair and really let him have it.
Well, that'll be interesting. I'm not a betting man, but if I was to bet, I'd have to say that the real world champion Ric Flair is going to have the ex World Wrestling Federation champion down on his knees just begging. You'll be able to hear him scream all the way to Newark.
You say you're not a betting man?
No. You bet?
Too bad.
Excuse me.
I don't think that's going to happen at all. Forearm by Kato, trying to break the hold, and does. Kato measuring his man, not that well, but Tito Santana's on the mark. Kato now whipped across the ring, coming off. Ooh, right in the rush.
Tito really controlling this belt, taking the tempo to Kato, and Kato really trying hard to survive at the moment, but he is suffering a great deal of agony.
And Santana applying even more pressure now.
The secret to beating Santana, you got to get him down. You got to get him on the mat. You can't stand up with him and fight him.
Well, both these men have the same type of tactics. They're hit and run specialists, and they move very, very fast indeed. But at the moment, it's Tito who's stamping his authority on this match.
El Matador, ole. Big deal.
Beg your pardon? How would you like to be a bull in there, charging Tito Santana?
No, thank you. I don't like anything with 4 feet and horns. That's fly-infested and weighs 2,800 pounds and smells like Tito Santana's cape. No, thank you.
Vince, some great shots by our cameraman there, taking us right inside the ring, right into the action here. Very, very close indeed. You could see all the intensity on Tito's face.
Off the rope, and no, look at this. Kato has him. Nice maneuver.
He should cover him now. Hook the tights, the leg, and he's got him.
Superb move by Kato. Just when you begin to think this fellow's out of the picture, he comes right back in with a maneuver like that.
That's Kato, not Kato.
I was
you
just
say
going to correct
Kato,
him.
and I say, oh, wow.
Tomato, yes,
Yeah.
I know.
Let's call the whole thing off.
Kato now with the advantage on Tito Santana, trying to wear him down. And Santana, a superbly conditioned athlete. Oh, my. Hard forearm to the small of the back.
But Kato's no slouch either, McMahon.
Indeed not.
He's in great shape.
He really is. He shows that there's not a spare ounce of flesh on that man.
Should remind you of yourself, Lord Alfred, back in '53, huh?
53? I wasn't even born then.
Oh, my goodness. A cover!
What'd you say? He was
Referee
50?
out of position, going to count nonetheless, but no reason to.
He was 53 and 53? What you said?
That's not what I said.
No, he said I was a baby in 53.
Santana having his problems now with Kato. Kato continuing to work the back. Santana continues to kick out.
And very strongly, too. He was up before a count of one could be applied.
And again, more pressure applied now on the small of the back and the neck area.
See, I would advise him right now to slap him in a Boston Crab.
All right, well, that would be a next logical move, I would think.
Very logical move.
However, Santana not likely to submit.
And that's a real power move there by Santana. It shows he has great amounts of energy in reserve.
And then right back down. Kato staying on top of him. What's going to happen now? Kato drops the elbow into the back. Kato really going to work on the back of Santana, slowing the pace down of this match.
I think Kato looks at Santana like a piñata. You know, the more you beat on him, the more good things you can get out of it. Just a fun time to work over Santana. I enjoy it.
I think Santana is trying desperately to hang in there, but at the same time, don't forget, he's probably conserving a lot of energy. I'm convinced he's not going to submit in this particular hold.
I think he's in trouble. I think he's in real trouble.
The only person that's in real trouble is you when you start sticking your nose in someone's business like the Hulkster. Then, Bobby Heenan, you get into real trouble. That's what happens. Alfred, however, you kind of stay out of trouble. How do you do that?
I try, I do my best, Vince, but I must say, looking at this situation now, I do find that the Matador is in a vulnerable position indeed.
Breaking the hold now. This is the hard way to get out of this hold instead of working to the ankle area and trying to maneuver your man so you can ride him high and take the pressure off the lower back. This is the tough way to get out of this hold, folks. But nonetheless, it is successful. And Santana backing Cato to the buckle and back down to the canvas. Nonetheless, that took its toll on Tito Santana, as has many of the abilities here of Cato. Santana now finally back on his feet and really going to town. Cato now to the buckle to the far side. Look out. Whoa!
He's got it.
Come on, ref, wake up.
Come on, ref, count.
Referee observant, very observant here in catching Cato with his feet. Look at this. Out of position. 2-0. Oh, so close.
And Cato is so quick, Vince.
Back to the back. Cato with Santana now. Whipped him to the near side. Right back. Oh, look at that maneuver by Tito Santana. Nicely done, Alfred.
Yes, a very nice turn of events there for El Matador. He really has been thinking all his way through this match. And now maybe this could be a real turning point for him if he can just keep this pressure up.
Cato, however, the first went back to his feet. Cato sending Santana. No, blocked by Santana. Another attempt, another block elbow strikes the midsection, and look at this. Tito Santana going to work here. Oh my goodness, we're going to have some scrambled eggs on top of the shoulders of Cato. He doesn't know where he is. Santana off the rope. Whoa! Somebody there. Santana with the momentum. And down. Santana bends him over. Santana off the rope. Oh yeah. What's that move called?
That's called the flying salsa. The flying bracelet salsa.
Paseo
From
del
the
Monte.
What?
Paseo del Monte.
What are you saying to you? Don't talk to me.
Close.
French.
Here is your winner, El Matador, Tito Santana.
This capacity crowd enjoying the first matchup. Tito Santana victorious. Will set it up now for the replay and take another look. Santana really giving it to Cato. A seesaw matchup, and then yes, the Paso de Monte.
He's not going to cut his ears off, is he?
I should hope not. Santana victorious. We're back.
This contest is scheduled for one fall. About to enter the ring area from Denton, Texas, weighing 254 pounds, the Texas Tornado, Kerry Von Erich.
Kerry Von Erich, the Texas Tornado,
His
squaring
opponent,
off against
weighing
the Berserker.
323 pounds, the Berserker.
What a matchup this should be, Bobby Heenan.
This is going to be interesting. I don't remember too many times when there's been a tornado in New York City. But the Berserker, he is going to handle Mr. Von Erich.
Well, there have been a few Berserkers in the city from time to time, though, in the past.
About 108 of them live in Central Park. And I know most of their names.
Watch out from behind. Berserker going to work on Kerry Von Erich, the Texas Tornado. Ooh, what a shot. Berserker hammering away. The Texas Tornado whipped to the far side, back off into the huge boot of the Berserker. Berserker not following up now. Yes, he is.
See, I never know if the Berserker really cares about pinning a man, making a man submit, or winning, or if he just likes to pound on a guy.
And look at that. Shot block down to the canvas. Berserker all over the Texas Tornado. We have a cover 3. He got him. No. I did too.
I believe he did get him. The referee was out of position.
It was an awfully close count. But just a 2 count, nevertheless.
Kerry Von Erich back to his feet, perhaps not for long the way this match is going. Berserker missing with a roundhouse right off the rope. Oh, missed with a drop kick. Now perhaps Von Erich can mount an offensive. Ooh, yes. Another right hand. Those roundhouses landing with an under having much of an effect on it. Yes, they do. Berserker lands on his feet. And right back in. What do you have to do to stop this man? Over the top rope. My goodness.
I'm not sure the Berserker really knows where he is at any given time. He just keeps on pounding and kicking and charging you.
Again, right back up, right in the ring to Berserker. For the ride now to the buckle. And Banu, my goodness. The Texas Tornado moving in to follow up the Berserker. Quickly dodging the attack of Kerry Von Erich. What's going to go? Oh, no, wait a minute. They're taking it outside now.
Oh.
You found that humorous?
Yeah.
Von Erich blocking and Berserker goes down. Berserker losing his balance almost. Now he's stumbling around the outside.
I think he likes it. I think he likes to get his head pounded.
What's that?
I heard a bell. What is that?
Well, the referee is waving that away for some reason or other. I'm not quite sure. I'm rather confused myself about the ring and the bell.
Well, Kerry Von Erich gets the Duke.
What is this?
I don't know. But nonetheless, a very quick match.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this bout, as a result of a countout, the Texas Tornado, Kerry Von Erich.
I don't understand, McMahon.
That's one of the strangest matches I think I have ever seen in Madison Square Garden. Wow, that was very, very strange. We'll be back.
This contest is scheduled for one fall. About to enter the ring from the Everglades, weighing 235 pounds, Skinner.
Strange-looking person, isn't he, McMahon? Very, very strange.
But a very, very dedicated man to his profession.
Oh, very tough. Extremely tough.
Chalked up some great victories.
You know, he doesn't care about punching you in the face or kicking. It doesn't bother him at all.
And his opponent,
He has.
weighing 250 pounds,
Virgil, one of the top contenders in the WWF. Virgil now on the top rung of the ladder. Looking down on the man from the Everglades. Should be a great matchup.
Former $1 million thief, may I add.
You mean former $1 million champion?
Well, you know, he stole that title and he
wait a
stole the
minute.
belt. Now, don't get on my case now.
You know what happened at Survivor Series Showdown?
Oh, do I ever.
Man, the Repo Man coming in and nailing Virgil with his very own championship belt.
But you understand, the Repo Man was working for Mr. DiBiase.
Oh, we
Mr.
understand
DiBiase paid him so much to get back what belongs to him.
Virgil ready to throw the rights and lefts. Referee warning Virgil about the clenched fist. Speaking of rumors, as we were speaking with Bobby Heenan a little bit earlier on, Alfred, there's a rumor going around that you may attempt a comeback. Any validity to that?
I don't think there's any validity to that at all, Vince. When I watch these fellows today, I'm nowhere in their class. And just look at Virgil there. He's enjoying a tremendous run of success recently.
Indeed, former $1 million champion. Unquestionably, however, a champion in many people's minds and certainly in his own. What a competitor Virgil has turned out to be. Meanwhile, Skinner on the outside collecting his thoughts a bit. What a dastardly individual this Skinner is. Unkempt, spewing forth with that.
Isn't that awful?
Good, but my,
That is
horrible.
terrible.
Virgil and Skinner mixing it up here in Madison Square Garden. Oh, my goodness. One thing, bad enough to be in the ring with a man like Skinner, but if he ever takes that snuff can or whatever you'd call it and throws it on you.
You want me to get it? You need to drink or something?
No thanks. No thanks.
You throw it a little raspy, I'll get it for you if you like. The guy just likes a little dip here and there. Doesn't bother anybody.
Standing side headlock here with Virgil grinding it out on Skinner. Trying to set him up now. Virgil for the ride, off the rope, lowers his shoulder. Nicely done. Back to the rope now, over Skinner. Virgil coming right back to him, and missing it around now. Sweat Skinner high in the air, down across the knee of Virgil. Virgil now, standing side headlock. What's he going to do with it? Grinding it out a bit. Virgil pushed to the corner. And Skinner moving in now. Virgil had an opportunity to take him over, take him down. Did not at that moment. And right now, Alfred looks like he's going to be paying for it for a moment here.
It certainly does.
Oh, the ride, yes, up. Look at the maneuver, bud. Uh-oh. And a nice counter by Skinner. Crafty individual.
He certainly is. He's a thinking man all the time, Vince. He always does his homework on his opposition, and it certainly looks in this case as he has done that on Virgil.
Skinner from the Everglades. Gnawing on his ear a bit, I don't know. No telling what this man is likely to do. Very unorthodox, at the same time possessing tremendous wrestling technique from time to time. He'll display all sorts of different integrated techniques.
Yes, he does, Vince. He has a knack of being able to mix up those fine wrestling skills with a lot of primitive motion as well. And it's been very successful for him. He's very impressive indeed. And I'm sure at the moment Virgil is thinking that.
Now going to the outside, Skinner, to make sure Virgil does not come back in a moment. This man is brutal.
He certainly is, Vince, and the referees have a difficult job controlling him. He knows just how far he can bend the rules, and he really takes it to the maximum as far as that's concerned. Virgil needs just a little bit more focus.
Virgil, former street fighter more than anything else, of course, hired many, many years ago by the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase to be a bodyguard. He was the greatest bodyguard, perhaps in history, and look what kind of a wrestler he's turned out to be. Virgil going for it all, went flying through the ropes. And I would suspect this one's all over. I don't think Virgil will beat the count. Oh, look at this. I guess that's the way they have a respite down in the Everglades. There's Virgil back to his feet. And right back in, rather gallantly, I might add.
This is it.
Yes, that has to be it.
That's how he finishes off the gate. He's got him. He's got him.
We have one, we have two, and look up, referee, the foot's on the rope.
See, I could have counted to 8 by now.
Well, sure, you could have.
Well, the referee wasn't in position.
Oh, my goodness, look at that by Skinner. What is Skinner going to do with Virgil now? Again, wide open with the leg. Working on the hamstring area now. Snaps it back over. Alfred, have you ever been to the Everglades?
No, I haven't, Vince. I've been to Florida, but the Everglades really hasn't fascinated me. And if this fellow comes from the Everglades, I don't really want to go there for fear of meeting somebody like him.
I'm sure he has lots of kin, as he would say, down back home. Setting up Virgil now, coming off the rope. Skinner back, but no, leapfrog. A shove to the rope, hooking it. Oh, look at that. Skinner with the elbow, again, striking the butt of the jaw of Virgil. And Skinner really doing a number at the moment on Virgil. Hooks him over now. Referee way out of position. Count of 2, a slow count. And from my vantage point, it looks to me like Skinner had something to gripe about there. The referee, first of all, way out of position. Had he not been quite as rotund, he may have gotten into position a little earlier.
I must agree with that, Vince.
And now to the rope, heading right back off, and look at this, he may get him. 1, 2, yes, he gets him. All right. And Virgil gets out of dodge. Victorious. Virgil.
Here is your winner, Virgil.
up and pulled him right over with the hips. Perfect position. Look.
No. He's got his pockets hooked. He hooked his pockets.
I didn't see that.
Oh, I did.
We'll have more World Wrestling Federation action. We're back, and here we go with our main event. Hulk Hogan squaring off against a man who claims to be the real world champion, Ric Flair. We're going to find out just about now.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest is scheduled for one fall. About to come down the aisle, led by his executive consultant, Mr. Perfect, from Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing 242 pounds. Here is the man who says that he is the real World Heavyweight Champion, Ric Flair.
Look at this, handshake just above us. Ric Flair.
Wait a minute, where is Mr. Perfect? He's supposed to be here.
I have no idea.
Uh-oh.
And
Can I leave my position here?
we are attempting. Yes, there you have it.
That's not fair.
Tunney is making sure that you don't get a good look at that belt, because Tunney doesn't recognize it here in the World Wrestling Federation. Flair did not win that belt here in the WWF. He asked Flair not to wear it to the ring. Flair refused.
But that's not fair. The video distort the championship that this man holds. That this is the real world champion. You can distort that belt, but you can't distort what this man has done.
Jack
and what
Tunney.
he's going to do in the World Wrestling Federation, McMahon.
Mr. Perfect from Tennessee, California, weighing 303 pounds, the immortal Hulk Hogan.
There comes the Hulkster. Ric Flair takes a powder. Hulk Hogan wanting to have at Ric Flair. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. The immortal Hulk Hogan. Why don't you just sit back, Bobby Heenan? Just sit back and take a look and a listen at what's going down right about now. You're never going to hear anything like that for Ric Flair. No, sorry. You're only going to hear it from that man. There's only one Hulk Hogan. Would you agree?
Absolutely, he's the epitome of everything that is fine and pure, especially physical excellence.
Hulk Hogan. Here in Madison Square Garden. This, of course, is right where he won the championship. This is where we have the birth of Hulkamania. Was right here in Madison Square Garden. What tremendous electricity there is in the air tonight for the Hulkster.
And everybody here up on their feet, and Flair at last consents to come into the ring.
Oh, he's a crafty veteran. What a match this is going to be. And from the outside, Ric Flair, the master tactician, using a little psychology here, I would suspect.
Well, it doesn't appear that all the Hulkamania
Look at that strut to the outside. Hogan going right after him. We're going to start this thing on the outside, folks.
Uh-oh, here they come. Nail, there you go. Put the boots to him. Chop him. Nail him. Hold my coat, McMahon.
Hold your coat. Sit down. Flair chopping away on Hulk Hogan, hammering in. Flair raking the eyes all over the Hulkster. Another chop. Flair with an uppercut. Ric Flair all over Hulk Hogan.
The real world's champion is taking it to the former WWF champion.
Now, fighting fire with fire. Hogan hammering back. Yes, and another, and another, and another, and another one. Oh my goodness. Hogan chopping Flair to the back of the end. Oh. Flair now.
Regroup, regroup. Back up, make him come in, make a mistake.
And hammering all over Ric Flair. He's biting him, I believe. Hogan. So intense. Ric Flair. Perhaps the sole reason why Hulk Hogan was not wearing the World Wrestling Federation Championship belt in the ring tonight. Shoulder block, Flair down. Hogan over Flair, coming back now, right at him. Collision, no. Oh, and a clothesline.
It'll be something this Tuesday night. If he can pull off a victory and regain that title for the 4th time, that'll be something, but he's going to get by Flair right now, the real world's champion.
Hogan, Flair on the outside, Flair down to the railing. Hogan, thus far, it would appear to me, wants to punish Flair, and he's doing a great job of it. He wants to teach this so-called real world champion what it's all about. He's just going from pillar to post. He's all over the outside.
Now, his should be counted out.
Oh, and another one. Hogan with Flair. And, oh no, wait a minute.
Oh, no.
Sets him up. Here he goes. He's going to suplex him on the outside. Yeah.
Oh! Come on, ring the bell, disqualify him.
Flair on his hands and knees. A moment ago, now back up, and Hulk Hogan is just leveling him. They're through the barriers. They're out in the ringside seating area. Kick to the midsection.
But look at the fight in the real world champion.
Wait a minute, in the back of Flair. Oh, no, there's a pin in there. That's gonna, he got it out, Flair. Oh, and he goes. Flair backing off, not for long. The Hulkster gives him the ride. Oh, yeah. Clapped, thumb to the eye by Flair. Flair measuring the Hulkster.
Uh-oh.
It only serves to get him mad.
Uh-oh.
And another one. You're not going to move that monster of a man. Not that way. Hogan, a series of kicks to the midsection. Flair now up and over. Oh, and down.
This match has been in the ring, on the floor, up the aisle, over the top rope, over the rail.
Hogan to the outside. Flair wants to call it quits. Flair's going back to the dressing room. Some real world champion. Oh, yes. Hogan hammering away. He's bringing him back. Flair back into the ring.
Flair knows where he's at. See, he knows where he's at.
Oh.
That's how cunning. That's how sharp he is. Uh-oh.
They are ruthless. They are going at it. They're letting out all the stops here in Madison Square Garden. Look at this.
Remember the Alamo. Forget that.
Flair up on the top. Looks like he's going to go for a ride. Yeah!
Oh, my goodness.
Hogan ahead of steam, and Flair down to the canvas again. You might have seen at one time you probably thought you were going to see a scientific match when this match was first booked. Not now. Not after Thanksgiving. Drops down. No. 1, 2. He gets him at 3.
Oh, he gets His foot's out.
No.
His foot's out.
All right. Wait a minute. No.
His foot's out.
He got him. He counted 3.
No, he didn't. He put his hand on it for 1, just to make sure his shoulders were covered.
Flair into the knee area of Hulk Hogan.
Hogan. He did say continue. There he is. Thank goodness.
What is he doing here now? Just a minute.
I don't know where he's been.
What is he doing here? Oh, no. Look what... Oh no, Flair now with that knee. Let's rams it right into the ring post. Ric Flair back on his, oh no, come on, look at this. And again, this time for Mr. Perfect.
The executive consultant of Ric Flair.
Flair continuing to work on the left leg of the immortal Hulk Hogan.
Former World Wrestling Federation champion who's in there with the real world champion.
Listen to this capacity crowd. Unquestionably the most gallant, perhaps the greatest World Wrestling Federation champion of all time, Hulk Hogan. Oh, come on, referee. This is almost like a handicap match.
Something wrong with my monitor. It seems to have gone dark on me. I'm not sure I'm getting it here.
Yeah, probably not.
Here we go.
Oh, no.
Just a matter of time.
Continuing to soften up the left leg, hoping to go for the figure 4 leg lock. And if he sinks it in, I don't believe the Hulkster's going to be kicking out of it. Flair now with the head of steam in. Down to the knee again.
Right in the kneecap.
Hogan crumbling down to the canvas. Oh, come on. He's just snatching. Oh, here we go. Figure 4 leg lock. Here we go.
Ring the bell.
He's got it in. He's got it in. That's it.
Ring the bell. Ring the bell. Somebody. It's over.
Look at Perfect hanging on to Flair behind the referee's back. Come on, turn around. Turn around.
Hogan's still fighting. He hasn't given up yet. But he will. They all do. Just a matter of time.
Trying to hang on. Trying not to disappoint his Hulkamaniacs.
Come on, ref, ring that bell.
Hogan, yes. Hogan now with the momentum.
Has he reversed it?
Has he reversed it? Aren't you looking at the same match I am?
Of course I am.
Oh, wait, what are they doing there? Wait a minute. There's something on his hand. Mr. Perfect just handed Ric Flair something. Hogan stumbling back, going after Flair now. Spinning. Oh!
That's it.
Wait a minute.
What a nice short left, huh?
No, there's got to be more to it than that.
2, 3, Hulkamania's dead, McMahon. Woo!
I can't believe that. Wait a minute. We can check that out. From my vantage point, I can see.
No.
Yes, look at that. There's something in the back of his tights. Mr. Perfect handed something off to
Ladies and
Flair.
gentlemen,
There's definitely something
Here
there.
is your winner, Ric Flair.
There's the real world champion, McMahon. I love to hear that. The winner, Ric Flair. Woo!
Can't believe this. Ric Flair. Wait a minute now, wait a minute. Some WWF officials coming in. Wait a minute.
Wait, what they do?
Found it. They found it. They went in the tights of Flair. They found it. There it is, Ralph. There it is.
No. No, that's not right. Who's to say he didn't plant something in his sights?
Look at this. Hogan all over Flair.
Hogan's gone nuts.
Flair over the top rope.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has reversed the decision and awards the bout as a result of the disqualification to Hulk Hogan.
No.
Winning the matchup. Everyone can What you see there is the victor, the Hulkster. That's what it's all about. And there, ladies and gentlemen, the essence of Hulkamania. My goodness, take a look at this, because this is truly what it's all about. Looks like the Hulkster needs a little bit of help getting back in there after this grueling match. And after the figure 4 leg lock was applied, nonetheless, undaunted, that's where he stands with one of his millions and millions of Hulkamaniacs. Yes, sirree. The Hulkster applauding this young Hulkamaniac, Alfred.
Vince, I can only sit here in absolute awe. This man has proved himself again that there is nobody finer or better equipped to deal with anybody else in the World Wrestling Federation than this truly immortal champion, Hulk Hogan.
He gave it his all, folks. He gave every bit he had, and he's still giving.
And that's very evident. We talked about his physical excellence at the beginning and how important it was, and surely that was a big point in his favor here today.
Hulk Hogan, for this capacity crowd, still bringing him around, still electrifying this. Yes, Hulk rules. Hulkamania lives forever.
And everybody standing in absolute awe and admiration of this fantastic person. Look at him, Hulk Hogan.
The Hulkster wants to be the World Wrestling Federation champion again. In many people's eyes, he is, as we speak, and always will be.
They absolutely love and adore this man. They've taken him to their hearts. He is a superstar in excelsis.
There is a celebration of Hulkamania going down right here tonight in Madison Square Garden. Welcome back to Madison Square Garden for more World Wrestling Federation action. Scheduled up a little bit later on, we have IRS squaring off against the Big Boss Man. Should be a great matchup, Bobby.
You know, like IRS was telling me just a couple days ago, he says he's probably got the biggest hands in the world, the Big Boss Man, because he's always on the take. He's always got his hand out, and he says, I'm going to show you what a tax cheat and what a bribe-infested human being this guy is.
And, of course, the Mountie is going to join us. He hopes to be Intercontinental Champion at the expense of the Hitman Bret Hart, Alfred.
I think he has a very, very strong chance here against Bret Hart. Bret Hart has been absolutely 100% successful so far. Let us see what he can do, though, against this very, very determined Mountie.
Those matches and more coming up in the second half. Let's go up to our ring announcer, Howard Finkel, and begin the festivities.
This contest is scheduled for one fall. Currently in the ring, weighing in at an even 300 pounds, the Barbarian.
What a monster this man is.
And his opponent, from Glens Falls, New York, weighing 280 pounds, Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Whoa, look out for the 2x4. Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Well, Duggan likes to fight. He doesn't care much about wrestling. He likes a good old-fashioned brawl. Well, he's going to get it from the Barbarian.
Indeed he is. With the 2x4, Barbarian, a little leery. He should be, yeah. A salute to this capacity crowd in Madison Square Garden.
And everybody loves Hacksaw. They've certainly taken him to their hearts.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Was he looking at you, me, or Alfred? You can't really tell when you look at him.
What do you mean by that?
Well, it looks like he's watching you with one eye and a fly with the other. Does he do this just to reassure himself where he's at? Do you think he could be in Tokyo or?
I don't know if the Barbarian gets finished with him. He may think he's in Mars somewhere.
He has such a wonderful sense of humor, Hacksaw, and the referee felt a little of that humor then.
Barbarian and Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Two monsters in there. Oh, wait a minute. What is that? Cape of what? Uh-oh. Oh, look out off the center field. Kill it. I think it's still alive. Yes, it is. It was moving there, Alfred. I saw it.
If it was this, Hacksaw has definitely killed it. And look at that, Barbarian's throwing it away.
Barbarian finding very little humor in the antics of Hacksaw Jim Duggan. And this match is likely to be very serious. No humor in it at all, I wouldn't think, as Hacksaw Jim Duggan gets ahead of steam now.
It's also liable to be extremely explosive, Vince.
Two big monsters in there, and if the right one don't get you, the left one will. Hacksaw Jim Duggan backing the Barbarian to the corner. Clean break.
An incredible fellow, he really is.
Thumbs up for all Hacksaw. One of the longtime favorites here in the WWF.
And Vince, this man is so deceptive because he has tremendous wrestling ability packed into that solid frame.
Yes, no doubt, former collegiate champion here in the state of New York, as a matter of fact. Great football player as well, all-around athlete. And boy, can he ever take the punishment. Alfred, and many, many times that separates the stars from the superstars. Not just the ability to dish it out, but the ability to absorb punishment and keep right on ticking, so to speak.
Yes, firing back, so important. Have that stamina and that durability. Mind you, this fellow has that in Excelsis also, Vince. Here's a big, powerful man. Capable of some excruciating, painful holds.
You bet. And one thing you want to do with the Barbarian is actually stay away from the head. If you're going to beat this man, you're going to have to take him down off his feet, working those strong legs of his, then you're going to have the advantage. And a big haymaker. That sends the big man down. So now, Bobby Heenan, you've had an opportunity to go back during intermission, chit-chat with Ric Flair. So what sort of frame of mind is Ric Flair in?
Whoa! First of all, I couldn't tell you everything he told me because we're on the air. But I'll tell you something. He is livid. He's beside himself. I mean, Madison Square Garden. And for him to go into the ring, beat Hulk Hogan, knock him down, wipe the mat with him, and then to be jobbed like that by the World Wrestling Federation officials, that's something else.
I don't believe you were watching the same match that I was. Alfred, were you watching the same match?
No, definitely. And I thought, even though the referee did make that one little error there, you might say, which momentarily put that belt in Flair's favor, he did, in the end, make retribution for that mistake.
Well, he told me, Ric Flair, that the referee or the official put something into his tights in the back and said he had something in his hand. Flair said he never saw it. He don't know what it is. I just gave him a nice little 6-inch shot to the jaw, and old glass jaw Hogan went out like a light.
Wait a minute. Flair is claiming that someone from the outside brought a foreign object in, stuck him in the bottom of Flair's tights and pulled him out, and then blamed Flair for using a foreign object?
He said he had nothing in his tights. He's an honest man. He's the real world champion.
Uh-huh. That's why you're his advisor, right?
No, I'm his financial advisor.
Yep. I think maybe Hacksaw Jim Duggan right now could use a little advice. Alfred, what do you think?
Well, not financial advice, that's for sure. Maybe he could use a little advice, but let us look at him and see him power, I'm sure, his way out of this particular hole. However...
Well, that's one way. Yank the hair back like that. I doubt... Ooh, right to the chops, and another one to the side of the head. And the referee's just standing there. Duggan with a handful of hair with his left hand and his right hand, clenched fist, hammering away. The official obviously allowing a lot of bending of the rules here. Oh, my.
He does seem to be extremely tolerant in this case, Vince.
And look at that, right back to the buckle. And back out to the Barbarian.
Oh, my word.
And the Barbarian really taking over on Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
And you'll notice the Barbarian picks his shots. He doesn't rush in there. He's a cautious wrestler.
By the way, Alfred, I know this is out of clear blue, but I was appalled at what you suggested you were hoping Santa Claus was going to bring you this year for Christmas.
Well, I did say with a skirt on. I didn't say anything else, Vince.
Oh.
In place, of course.
I thought there was something that you must be talking about two different things then.
Oh, really? What did you have in mind then, Vince?
I don't know. There's something that the batteries were not included is all I know. You stay out of this, Bobby Heenan.
Oh, he'll put his pennyworth in shortly, I'm sure.
I'm sure what you want, Mr. Heenan, for Christmas is the World Wrestling Federation Championship around the alleged real world champion, Ric Flair. Nonetheless, we'll get a comment later as nice shoulder block by Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Barbarian does not go down. He'll try to. Oh, look at that. My goodness, Barbarian right in the midsection of great big old Hacksaw. Seesaw matchup, back and forth. This is exactly the kind of match we thought it was going to be.
Barbarian waits his time, and he certainly makes his efforts very, very noticeable upon Hacksaw, who is beginning to flag just slightly. Dirk, do you think so, Vince?
No doubt, because here you have Barbarian who, when he is not on the offense, he'll put that bear hug on you and more or less go on the defense until he's ready again. So really, it's more his style of a match here that we're seeing than Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Barbarian very cleverly is figuring this out. Hacksaw Jim Duggan hanging on. These two big men trying to wear each other down.
Barbarian possesses immense power in this particular situation.
Both tremendous physical specimens. Oh, what's he doing to him? And Barbarian trying to set up Hacksaw. Coming off the rope now. Missing with a short left. Dirk clothesline. Woo! Off the rope again, and Barbarian to the corner. Won't go down.
Still on his feet.
And Hacksaw is having some fun in the corner. Referee backs him off. Or does Duggan back the referee off? And reversal there. Barbarian takes a clothesline and goes down. A quick cover. Referee out of position. Back over now. 2 and 3.
I believe he had his shoulder up. There was a little bit of daylight I could see. It had to be his shoulder up.
Geez, too bad the referee didn't see it as well.
Too bad, too bad, too bad.
Well, that's a poor sport for you. Hacksaw Jim Duggan knocked out of the ring. After winning. Whoa!
Now you tell me if that's fair. He gets to bring that board to ringside and keep it there. He can do some
Look out!
real damage.
Oh, no! Midsection. Down across the back. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, 2x4 in hand. The son of a chief of police from Glens Falls, New York, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Let's go back to the replay. Take a look at it, Heenan.
Look at this. Good reversal by the Barbarian.
Yeah.
Charges in. Cheap shots him, hit him right in the bicuspid. I think he's got his tight hook right there.
The following contest is for the Intercontinental Championship, scheduled for one fall. About to approach the ring from Canada, weighing 256 pounds, here is the challenger, the Mountie.
The Mountie, hoping to be World Wrestling Federation Intercontinental Champion. The Mountie, of course, has done a little time here in New York City, if you will recall SummerSlam.
Well, this may be a shocking experience for Bret Hart, the Intercontinental Champion.
Well, we certainly all remember the shocking experience Bret Hart received at the hands of the Mountie when the Mountie and Jimmy Hart threw water on the Hitman and then used that shock stick on him as well.
And the Mountie certainly seems prepared.
Well, he says he's the excellence of electrocution.
Calgary, Canada, weighing 234 pounds, the Intercontinental Champion, Ric
charging with a shock stick. And the Hitman making his way around the ringside area, wants to get in. There's what it's all about. The Intercontinental title and charging again, the Mountie with a shock stick. Come on, referee, get in there and take that away from him.
It doesn't look to me like he wants in. Looks like he's afraid of the Mountie.
Wait a minute. The Mountie has a shock stick in his hand. Wait a minute! From behind the Big Boss Man charging! Out of nowhere! The Boss Man grabs his shock stick!
2 against 1 now.
And now, the Boss Man heading back to the dressing room. That's one way to get the shock stick away.
That's not right.
Out of nowhere.
He just stole something that does not belong to him.
Borrowed, perhaps, would be the case. Oh, wow! The Hitman with a clothesline.
Oh, that's not right. Out of nowhere comes the Big Boss Man.
Yeah.
Knocks the Mountie down, steals his shock stick, and lets Bret Hart take the advantage.
Hey,
now, is that fair?
That's what Law and Order in the WWF is all about.
Okay, now we know the rules. That's okay.
Oh, wait a minute. What do you mean by that?
Well, obviously, whatever rules fit you and fit the officials and fit the humanoids out there, they can do whatever they want as long as it's favorable for the humanoids and the people like Bret Hart, Hulk Hogan.
The Mountie is really feeling the effect. Oh, elbow, and down goes the Mountie. Bret Hart taking it to the Mountie. The reigning Intercontinental Champion, Bret the Hitman Hart. What a champion he makes. And down to the canvas. Oddly enough, it was at SummerSlam that the careers of both of these two individuals took a turn. For the Hitman, a turn for the better. For the Mountie, a turn for the worse, as you will recall, Alfred.
It certainly did. And Bret Hart, he is such a superb... Bobby, you're talking about everybody liking Bret Hart and Hulk Hogan. Sure they do, because they have tremendous talent. That's why, Bobby.
And right now, be quiet, Mr. Heenan, please. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And up goes the Mountie. Oh, look at that maneuver. Something in the eye there of the Hitman, and the Hitman dropped the Mountie in midair.
And the Mountie can come out with desperation moves when he most needs them. He is a very powerful man.
Indeed, Mountie moving back in on the Hitman. Bret Hart has him in the corner. Another double axe to the back. The Mountie now. Well, what is going on here? Looks like he's gnawing on him a bit. We've seen quite a bit of this evening, and the official right there to stop it. But that's the Mountie for you. He'll take it to the nth degree. He'll push and bend and out and out break those rules as long as he can get away with it. That's the Mountie's tactics. Turnabout's fair play. And again, we're not seeing a lot of scientific wrestling in this match either because of the bad blood between these two.
Well, there's no love lost, you know that.
Alfred, are you awake?
Yes, absolutely.
Very good.
And this match, Vince, I'm absolutely looking at the Mountie to do something even more shocking than he's done before, because he must have a game plan against Bret Hart of some description.
Perhaps roll over on his back and wait for the 3 count.
I don't think so. He's got something up his sleeve, just like you're talking about.
Ooh, wow.
Jake the Snake would have.
Well, the poor Mountie was double teamed for the beginning of this match. He came into the ring. Bret Hart swung his belt at him. He had his shock stick, barely defending himself.
That's not the way I saw it.
Excuse me, I'm speaking to Lord Alfred.
I beg your pardon.
Well, I'll have to ask you to leave.
Alfred, are you listening?
I was listening, and I have to agree somewhat with Bobby. It did seem a little unfair to me that Bossman hit him from behind, but he did have the shock stick.
Where is it now? The shock stick belongs to the Mountie. But no, the Big Boss Man has it.
You had wanted it ringside then, right?
Well, Duggan can keep his board.
Duggan didn't use his board until after the match was over.
Mountie didn't use his shock stick at all.
Oh! The Hitman, Bret Hart, almost breaking his shoulder after that maneuver. My goodness. Mountie set up in the corner, and the Hitman was charging him. That would have been the match.
And now
And the
cameraman
Hitman connected.
very close inside there.
Mountie's on his feet.
You can bet that's going to take a great deal out of the Hitman. And the Mountie certainly will capitalize on the injury now with the Hitman. Whips him to the ropes, does the Mountie, and elbow. Flying elbow, striking him in the sternum area.
See, the Mountie ducked out of the way, but I'm not sure he's aware that...
Cover, 1, 2, and... Wow.
I'm not sure he's aware that Bret the Hitman Hart went through the ropes and hit his shoulder into that post. He may not be aware of that. He was down too.
Astute observation by Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Well, that's why I'm a broadcast journalist.
Broadcast journalist and financial consultant. Actually advisor.
Advisor.
Beg your pardon. What's the difference
Well, there's a lot of difference.
between an advisor? Ooh, and a consultant.
Well, advisor starts with an A.
Oh, that's it.
And that was a tremendous shot there by Mountie.
He's wasting a little too much time, though, Lord Alfred.
He's wasting time, but he's taking his time too. He's showing a lot of self-discipline.
The Mountie continuing to hammer the Hitman Bret Hart. Tries to set him up again, whips him to the ropes, coming off and lifts the knee to the midsection.
And the champion taking a lot of punishment now.
He's got to get him away from those ropes, so you can't beat him there. You got to beat him in the middle. He will give up because he is a quitter. You know that.
Who?
Bret the Hitman Hart.
Is a quitter?
You agree with me?
No, I don't.
He just said he was a quitter. Didn't you hear him?
It wasn't that, Bobby. It was the...
Go ask who. I don't actually understand what's going on here. It's like obviously the Mountie is really pulling the hair of the Hitman Bret Hart.
His hair's a lot longer now than when the match started.
Why is that?
He's been tugging on it. He's been pulling on it.
And the Mountie with yet more pressure.
With determination.
The Hitman trying to come out of this. When you're trying to make a move out like this, there's tremendous pressure. You're actually adding more pressure to the lower back when you try to come out of it this way. Oh, come on, ref. And the Mountie really having some fun in there at the moment, which I guess is important in a match. Whenever you have your opponent in a compromising position, I guess you're having a little thrill in there, wouldn't you say, Alfred?
Well, I think he's enjoying himself. He's a very sadistic person, and he likes to hurt people as much as he can. And believe me, this particular hold he has applied here so efficiently to Bret Hart is a very punishing hold indeed.
One that I think the Hitman's father would greatly appreciate, Stu, who was known for his more punishing-like maneuvers, submission holds.
Yes, Stu is an amazing fellow. He's so articulate. He has so much to say.
As a matter of fact, I recall you interviewed him. Was it at SummerSlam, I believe? Yes.
Yes, I couldn't get a word in edgeways with him, Vince.
Nonetheless, the Hitman is back to his feet. Not for long after that. Come on, ref.
This referee is certainly being extremely tolerant with the Mountie. And the Mountie is playing on that particular thing.
I might add, he's also been somewhat tolerant with the actions of the Hitman Bret Hart as well.
Yes.
And, upside down now. Normally it'll take two men to get him out of this situation. Wide open is the Hitman. Look at the Mountie go. Look at the Mountie. Kick to the midsection. Come on, ref, you've got to get in there to stop this. Come on. Oh, come on, look at this. Look what they're doing to the Hitman. Look at this.
It's like a bow and arrow.
Come on, referee, come on, look at this.
He's got a count of 4. See, he broke it. He knows the rules. You know, you amaze me, McMahon. Here the Mountie's been fighting an uphill battle. He's got Bret the Hitman right where he wants it. He started off the match. Bret the Hitman had the big boss man come out.
He had, what do you mean he had him come out?
I believe it was a conspiracy.
It was a setup?
I believe that. I believe that. Because he knows he can't beat the Mountie. Mountie's got his number. He's the excellence of electrocution.
Excellence of electrocution. The Hitman has seen better days. He's on the outside at the moment.
And that's not the way you win a championship.
You won't beat him out there.
No, you won't. What's he gonna? Oh, come on! What is this?
Howard Finkel gave him the chair.
With the chair, ramming the chair into the midsection of the Hitman Bret Hart is the Mountie. Why would you, if you're the Mountie, why would you risk disqualification doing that? You can't win a title if you're disqualified. I don't understand that strategy.
I don't either. You know, not everybody's the brain, McMahon.
Obviously.
I think that Hart has riled him so much he just wants to punish him now. He really wants to hurt him very, very badly
Yeah,
indeed.
but wait a minute. I mean, hurting someone is one thing. Ooh, being the Intercontinental Champion is quite something else. And again, more damage done to the Hitman. I don't understand the strategy here on the part of the Mountie.
You don't want to get disqualified. You've got to keep him in that ring. But he knows what he's doing. He's got him back in the ring now, and he's got him hurt.
Indeed he does. The Mountie continuing the attack. Oh, look at this.
Just kicking him around.
It's
Spinning on him.
very cavalier attitude being adopted here by the Mountie. Once again, as Vince says before, that's not going to get him a victory.
He's got him hurt now. He's got the wind out of him. Take advantage and beat him. That's what you got to do. Beat him.
The Mountie taunting the Hitman, and maybe this will be a setup for a potential pin.
He's going for the power driver.
Has him up and down. That could do it.
Perfectly executed.
Hear that? He's the Mountie.
Yeah, I've got it, but why didn't he cover Bret
I
Hart?
don't know.
Must be the Canadian Air.
He's got him completely at his mercy.
Yeah, but how long is that going to last?
Well, we know how Bret Hart has tremendous stamina.
Unless the Mountie can feel that he has him. He can maybe feel by his body that there's no more fight left in Bret Hart. And he knows he can just take him out whenever he wants.
And ramming the head of the Hitman, Bret Hart, and then back down to the canvas in the middle of the ring, right where you would go for a cover.
Here we go.
Does he?
It's
Yes, he
over.
does. Puts the leg, 2 in. No. Now that has to be terribly frustrating for the Mountie.
Well, that wasn't even close to a 3, so I do suspect that Hart has great resurgence of energy left inside him.
The Mountie very methodically moving in. Upstairs, downstairs, all over the Hitman. I'm not too sure, win or lose, the Hitman will be the same after this match. The Hitman has really taken some punishment from the Mountie. Very earlier on, it was the opposite. Reversal here. Mountie to the back, swings back. Oh! The Mountie headed to the corner. Went up to the second rope. Dove back with a cross body and missed. Nonetheless, both men suffering the effect of each other's attack earlier on. Mountie, however, back to his feet.
But very unsteady, Vince.
The Hitman still down. Oh, now. Look at this. Headbutt. And the Hitman now with the Mountie. Whips him off the rope. Goes downstairs, doubles him up. Sets him up. Ooh, neck breaker. Nicely executed.
But he's not trying to cover him either. He doesn't care if he beats the Mountie or not. He wants to hurt the Mountie now.
The Hitman now with the elbow finds its mark. That should do it. 1, 2, yes!
The winner of this bout, and still Intercontinental Champion, Bret Hitman Hart.
The Hitman Bret Hart victorious in a hard-fought matchup.
Well, I'll guarantee you, had the big boss man not jumped in.
Wait, look. You can see there's no video distortion there. No video distortion whatsoever on the Intercontinental Champion's belt because he earned it here in the WWF. Unlike Ric Flair, who has yet to earn a championship belt in the WWF. Take it, Bobby Heenan.
Comes off that top rope or second rope, hits him in the throat, and look, he's holding the knee, the pants, he's got him hooked. I don't like it. That stinks.
The This contest is scheduled for one fall. Coming down the aisle from Washington, D.C., weighing 248 pounds, Erwin R. Shyster, otherwise known as IRS.
Are your papers in order, McMahon?
You bet they are. IRS. Let's take a look at that. What do you say about taxes?
He says, what am I doing sitting here with that tax sheet? Pointing to you.
I know why the people of New York support the big boss man. Because New Yorkers are nothing but a bunch of tax cheats, just like he is.
Boy, he said it right, didn't he?
Well, how would you know?
His opponent from the Department of Correction in Cobb County, Georgia, weighing 337 pounds, the Big Boss Man.
The Big Boss Man is ready for action. We saw him a little bit earlier on take law and order into his own hands when he grabbed the shock stick from the Mountie.
But they let him come in the ring.
Oh, he's looking over at you. Look at that look. Ooh.
Not looking at me.
Yeah.
I think his mother's a lovely lady.
Right.
Now he's allowed to enter the ring with his nightstick. He can get away with that. Duggan uses his board.
Wait just a minute. And there, of course, you see IRS with a briefcase. What's in the briefcase, Bobby Heenan?
Well, it's none of my business. It's none of anybody's business.
Oh, I see.
It belongs to the Erwin R. Shyster. I believe there's papers in there, and documents, and things he needs.
Yeah.
Pencils, and calculators, W-2 forms.
Boss Man versus IRS. What a matchup this should be. Two premier WWF athletes.
You know, he's not just a mathematical wizard, IRS.
No.
The man can wrestle.
No question of that.
Tremendous athlete.
One of the greatest.
Boy, last year he helped me out a ton. $286 I paid cash, income tax.
You paid what?
$286 cash.
That's unbelievable considering the amount of money that you scammed.
Scammed? From who? He scammed. Cash I paid him. Well, he worked. He showed me different
You
deductions.
paid him or you paid
Well,
IRS?
I paid IRS, but he showed me the deduction. I didn't even know you could take off corrective holes for your aunt and stuff.
Uh-oh, look at this from behind.
Oh.
IRS attacking the Big Boss Man, ramming his head to the buckle. Whoa, reversal. To the far, look at this, to the outside. All the way to the inside, back in. Missing in the roundhouse, charging.
I'll tell you, from man, 336 pounds.
Wait a minute.
How you doing, buddy?
Buddy?
Yeah, he's a heck of a friend of mine.
Yeah, right. When he's looking over this way, perhaps he might be.
Wouldn't hurt for a get that man a tetanus shot. He's just saliva all over the place.
Boss Man to the outside out there with IRS. IRS doesn't know he's there. No, he does. Boss Man whipping IRS into the squared circle now.
Like I was saying before, he slobbered all over us. He's pretty quick for a guy 336 pounds.
Look at that. Oh, my goodness. Rolling down to the canvas.
Incredibly fast, the Boss Man, and possessing many, many skills that sometimes other wrestlers underestimate.
All we'd need is a couple more like the Big Boss Man here in New York City. We wouldn't have any problems. Oh, look at that. No problems at all in terms of crime. What do you mean?
Well, the Big Boss Man is not like NYPD. This guy's on the take.
Oh, my. Oh, wait a minute. Right here in front of Bobby Heenan. Uh-oh, look out. Here he comes. Down. I'll tell you one thing. The Big Boss Man is a very dangerous man.
And that was a rather frightening incident,
Yes,
too.
it was. Bossman with IRS leaning on him. Wants to ram him to the buckle. The referee says no. He's going anyhow. Bossman.
Shyster looking considerably worse for wear.
And to the buckle. Bossman really teaching IRS a lesson, perhaps much like he taught the Mountie a lesson right here in Madison Square Garden during SummerSlam. You will recall the Mountie did a little time.
He told me he didn't do much time. He's only in there about a half hour. Then the cops realized they made a mistake and they let him go. That's what I hear. That's what Jimmy Hart told me.
Yeah, well, Jimmy Hart would know.
But don't call Irwin R. Shyster out yet. He's got a lot of fight left in him. Bossman's just been lucky.
Bossman moving in. Bossman wants to cuff him. He does.
Cobb County Correctional Officer.
Yes, sir.
That was a meter maid.
One of the finest. Headbutt by the big boss man. Irwin R. Shyster having his problems.
Sure, a guy get busted for DWI. Had a
look out.
One too many beers about 2 o'clock in the morning. As soon as they locked him up, he took the guy's cigarettes, took all the change out of his pocket. That's just what IRS told me. How you doing, buddy? What did he say to you? Hear what he called you?
You know, I mean, when he's close to you, he's your buddy. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh. How you doing, boss man?
You find humor in that. And an opportunity for IRS now to reverse things. Oh, no.
To the lower esophagus.
Very lower.
And that was definitely overconfidence on the part of the boss man that led him into that situation. Now he's really vulnerable.
And IRS with the big boss man, and oh no! Oh, wow!
Well, who's being audited now?
The big boss man is the hard way. Oh, look at that!
Oh my word!
Devastated.
The sweat pouring off of IRS. And I suspect we're going to be seeing a lot more sweat as this match continues. These two really going at it. IRS at the moment feeling his oats. Look at the smile on that man's face a moment ago. You see no smile, however, on the big boss man. A grueling, grueling matchup here, Alfred.
A big, broad grin on the face. Oh, gosh.
And an elbow, and another one. IRS is really taking it to the boss man at this moment. A cover, 2! Wow! Undaunted IRS, still on the big boss man, though. Look at this, wraps him up now. Hanging onto the rope. Come on, wrap.
Just for balance.
For balance. And again, IRS from behind the referee hanging onto the rope. Now let's go. And the big boss man is being stretched out. There you see IRS. Referee caught him that time. And boss man, whoa, what do you think you're doing, IRS? Boss man moving in. Rolls him up, yes, there. 1, 2, again. No.
No.
What an uppercut that was. My goodness, eat your heart out, Holyfield. Woo!
Did he nail him?
Drops the leg, go for the cover. He does. 1, 2 in. No, still a count of 2.
And it's quite remarkable. Shyster took tremendous punishment from the boss man a little while ago, and now he's reversed the tables altogether. Great stamina, Bobby.
Well, I'll tell you something. Like I said before, the man's not just a mathematical wizard. The man's in shape, and he knows his wrestling. He knows what to do in that ring.
And there the briefcase, awaiting IRS. Now, come on, there's a foot on the rope there, ref. That's it. Thus far, the officiating on the mark tonight here in Madison Square Garden. Reversing the decision in the Hogan match. And the referee right there with a tremendous look to make sure that's not going to turn into a chokehold. This particular official really has his stuff together. Not that any of them can't be fooled from time to time with a master like IRS.
Well, it's a judgment call in many, many cases, but this fellow seems to be able to make the right decisions at the right time. He certainly is a superb referee, and he's so close here to this action, watching very, very carefully indeed. Bossman in trouble, though, Vince.
Yes, he is, as he has been from time to time throughout the matchup. IRS tightening the hold a bit. He has to be careful. Wait a minute. Bossman making his move now, trying to turn into his man. Bossman reaching for a handful of hair. Bossman now with an elbow off. Ooh, by the midsection. The target of the knee of IRS, and Bossman again on the canvas. And snapping a hamstring. And if you can knock the chocks out from under a big man like the Big Bossman, you practically have the match won, Alfred.
That's what you said in the beginning. Play on those big, huge tree trunk-like legs and keep on getting at them. And that was almost a lapse of concentration there by the Big Bossman. That can easily happen in these circumstances, but it was just a 2 count.
What a fight.
Back on top, IRS.
Gotta keep him down. Don't let that big dumb meter maid get to his feet.
He is back to his feet now. Bossman catching a right hand. IRS tries to set him up. No, reversal coming off the rope. And a sleeper hold. Now what's he have on him? He's trying to put him to sleep. Ooh. And both men go crumbling down in the corner. This match taking its toll thus far on both IRS as well as the Big Bossman. Now setting him up again to the buckle, and Bossman moving in, but ooh, just a little late. And I think there the momentum of IRS took him out of there. I don't think IRS was thinking about bolting from the corner.
Oh, he's always thinking.
1, 2.
Come on, ref.
What do you have to do to put the Big Bossman down?
Pay him.
Pay him?
Pay him.
Oh, please.
Great show of power and determination there by Bossman.
He was just smiling a moment ago, I thought, Alfred.
That mustache and goatee shot. Punch him right in the whiskers.
Bossman, 2 handfuls of hair worn by the official. Let's go. Grabs another handful. Now, rocking and rolling here. IRS. Even more pressure applied. Bossman back to his feet. Rams an elbow. And another one. Hold is broken. Shoulder block. Bossman. Yes, that'll do it. That'll do it. Cover that. What's he doing?
He didn't try to cover him. He didn't go for the pin.
IRS whipped to the buckle with authority.
But he's not trying to pin him. See how dumb he is?
And again. Wow. The entire ring moved several inches as a result of the impact. Oh, no.
He's standing on his tongue, isn't he?
That's his tie, not his tongue. And now, yes, here comes Irwin back to his feet. Irwin, Shyster.
Whoa!
And a little humiliation being heaped upon Shyster there by the Bossman. It was obvious now why he didn't pin him.
How about that maneuver? Clever maneuver on the part of IRS.
See, he's a thinking man's wrestler. He always knows where he is and what's going on, no matter how much of a beating he's taken.
He certainly has tremendous geographical knowledge of where he is in the ring. Always alert.
IRS, Irwin R. Shyster. Wait a minute, from behind. Look at that.
Out of nowhere.
Turn around, fair play.
Out of nowhere, the Mountie with a knee to the back. Look at this. The official did not see it. IRS. Oh! Bossman lifting the leg. At the last minute, and Mountie doesn't see the Bossman. Big Bossman back in. Throws him up. He may get him. He may no.
He doesn't have him.
IRS off the rope. Bossman, what a huge boot. IRS crippling. That may do it. 1, 2, 3.
No. 2 count.
Wait a minute. Mountie's coming in. What's going on here? The Mountie having his problem from behind IRS with the briefcase. IRS nailed him with the briefcase.
1, 2. He did it.
Can't believe that. The Mountie had no business interjecting himself in that match.
It's over. Don't worry about it.
There was a big pile up in the corner, and IRS nailed him from behind with a briefcase.
Here is your winner, IRS.
Irwin R. Shyster nailing the Big Boss Man with a briefcase and knocked him cold.
Well, just goes to show you.
Goes to show you what?
You live by the briefcase, you can die by the briefcase. He stole the shock stick from the Mountie.
Wait a minute now. Boss Man.
He thought he could get away with something cute. It all backfired on him.
What backfired on him?
Well, you know, the guy thinks he's law and order. He thinks he can push anybody around. The Mountie's law and order. And you saw Irwin R. Shyster took it right to that meter maid from Cobb County and showed everybody here in New York City just who's the boss.
Unfortunately, for the Big Boss Man, the official could not see the briefcase hammered rather into the back of the head in the Big Boss Man's history. Here he goes. Whoa.
Running out of the garden in embarrassment.
In embarrassment.
So I believe he's heading for the exit.
We're back in Madison Square Garden and ready for a special tag team encounter.
Hello?
The following tag team attraction is scheduled for 1 fall. About to come down the aisle from Allentown, Pennsylvania, at a total combined weight of 546 pounds, the Nasty Boys.
Knobs and Sags, the Nasty Boys.
And they are nasty, McMahon.
As nasty as they want to be.
Nasty but extremely successful. What a combination these two men are, and how they've set the ranks of tag team wrestling on fire within the World Wrestling Federation.
Former World Wrestling Federation tag champions.
The Nasty Boys.
Knobs and Sags have combined their skills so well.
Well, they certainly enjoy themselves here in New York City.
Actually, a good setting for these men.
I doubt very seriously they will be enjoying this matchup, however, with the Rockers.
Tag team specialist. Huh.
Well, they seem...
And their opponents, about to come down the aisle at a total combined weight of 463 pounds, Shawn Michaels, Marty Jannetty, the Rockers.
Rockers, Shawn Michaels, Marty Jannetty. Tag team specialist, you bet. This match means so much to the Rockers. If the Rockers are victorious here, they could very well have a tag team title match upcoming with LOD.
And it means a lot to the Nasty Boys. They could get a return match against LOD.
And either team would make really tough opposition for the tag team champions.
Bobby Heenan, you were at ringside this past Wednesday, Thanksgiving Eve, and your assessment of what happened in the matchup involving the Rockers. There was a little miscommunication, was there not?
Well, there's a lot of miscommunication with the Rockers. If you read the World Wrestling Federation magazine, you'll know as I do that these two guys don't get along.
No, that was just rumor.
Well, I believe it, though. I mean, I can see a lot. I can tell when two people don't get along. I mean, they're jealous of one another.
They're jealous of one another?
There's something going on there. I don't think they've got along for a long time. I think it's just a business proposition. I don't know. I can get to the bottom of it, though.
You can?
I'm a broadcast journalist. I'll find out real soon. Won't be right now, though, but
when can we expect this revelation?
Oh, stay tuned.
Stay tuned, all right. And a look there at the physique of Mr. Knobbs.
Not exactly a cut physique, but even so, a very, very powerful 300-pounder.
Very powerful young man, as well as Sags there. And they are nasty. There's no question about that. Everybody knows they are nasty. They give new dimensions, I would think, of the term nasty. Wouldn't you agree, Alfred?
So evil, these two. Knobbs and Sags. They certainly give no love or admiration or respect to anybody at all.
And on occasion, not even to each other, which might be a problem with the Rockers, many have stated and rumored, as evidenced by the WWF magazine. Thus far, we've had absolutely no action whatsoever in this match, just clowning around. I wonder how long the Rockers are going to put up with this.
I think that's the Nasty Boy strategy. Get the Rockers to make a mistake. You know, they probably got a game plan, but if you can throw their game plan off a bit, then your game plan is going to work.
Just laughing off camera, there's this little lady. As a matter of fact, we may have an opportunity to pick that up. Nasty Boy dolls. There they are. There's Sags and Knobbs. The Nasty Boys. They even have their fans here in the Big Apple.
Dolls look better than her.
That was a very nice thing to say.
Nah, the truth never is. I like it. They take their time. They make you fight their battle.
Is that the way it is, huh?
Take your time, jump out.
Oh, come on. Come on, let's get down to some action here. Come on, guys.
Seems Laverne and Shirley are kind of off their game plan.
Sags?
No, the Rockers.
Well, the Rockers like to come to grips very, very quickly.
Yes, they do. And they are just a combination of tremendous enthusiasm and excitement wherever you see the Rockers, but unfortunately it takes two to tango here.
Well, it's great tactics, I think, by the Nasty Boys here. They've certainly done their homework well.
How can you possibly say that? We haven't seen any action.
Oh, there you go.
Just like that, Vince. Distract them in the beginning. Good psychological ploy and then a good physical ploy.
Michaels taking a drubbing now from Knobbs. Sags. Is that Knobbs or Sags in there?
Yeah.
That's Sags.
Right.
Whoa.
Well, you really enjoy it out here watching all that, don't you, Bobby Heenan, huh?
Hey, I love World Wrestling Federation action.
As long as you're not on the receiving end of any of it.
Of course.
Yeah, right.
Sags is certainly having his way here with Michaels.
Jerry Sags continuing to hammer. Ooh, misses with the roundhouse over his man, right back at him now. Caught him in midair. Well, gnawing on the proboscis. Shawn Michaels. Michaels knocks him down. Coming over. Oh, yes, look at that. Sags and Knobbs having their problems. Shawn Michaels, a house of fire. Oh, from the top rope. And that's what it's all about. That's action from the Rockers.
2 against 1.
And that's why they call them tag team specialists. Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels, the Rockers.
Superb tag team tactics by the Rockers.
Well, like you said, Michaels had a resort to biting his cabossus.
His proboscis.
Oh, it's a cabossus or something like that. Keep it simple for the humanoids. I know what you mean. Beak.
Sags and Knobbs once again trying to formulate a bit of strategy now as Marty Jannetty will try his luck against the former tag team title holders.
Well, there is a little disconcertion in their corner at the moment, but They seem to have regrouped now. They're coming back into this match.
That's the trouble with the Rockers. You never know when they're going to come off that top rope. One rocker, two rocker, you don't know where they're going to hit you from. You got to ground them. You can't have an aerial match with them. You got to ground them.
Well, what Rockers need is close physical contact.
Well, right now, come on, ref. I mean, if I were the official, I think I'd consider awarding points for stalling if this were amateur.
But it's not amateur.
No, but come on, the stalling tactic is getting to be a little frustrating, I'm sure, on the part of the Rockers.
Well, good, then it's working.
Not necessarily. We'll wait and see the outcome of the match. Giannetti firing off a series of right hands now. And Sachs whipped it to the rope. Right back through the legs, uploading, momentum going his way. Yes! And arm drag takedown. Nice maneuver on the part of Marty Jannetty.
Blazing speed.
Yes.
Ah. Completely confused. Knobs.
I can't wait to see the armpit move. I like that.
The what move?
That's when the Nasty Boys get you in the corner and rub your face in one of their armpits.
Yeah, that's the pits.
That's the pits, yeah. I like that.
Brian Knobbs all over Marty Jannetty.
And Knobbs has a lot of power in those blows.
However, Knobbs better be using his peripheral vision as well, because from the top rope, the Rockers can strike at any time.
And Shawn Michaels is halfway up.
Jannetty off the rope. Back body drop. Oh, look at that maneuver, but he hung on. Yes, there it is. It's over. No, it's not. Oh, yeah, Jannetty is a house of fire.
See, you got to keep them grounded. You can't let them up. Once they get up, they can attack you in 10, 12, 14, 25 different ways.
And that was a good thing by Jannetty there. He kept his cool, was very patient, and picked his moment.
And the Nasty Boys not looking all that crisp here tonight in Madison Square Garden, are they?
Well, it's early.
It's early. Yeah. Not early, it's getting late.
They're a little sluggish, you're right, Vince. But
a reversal, and a tag is made now.
He didn't have the tag rope, though. Didn't have both feet on the apron.
He must have. The official saw the tag. It was right there. And the tag is made now. Arm drag takedown, nicely executed by Shawn Michaels. And now, wait a minute, they're going to work on Michaels in the corner. Oh, my. Knobbs hammering away, may have hurt his hand. Knobbs now with Shawn Michaels to the far corner, here he comes. No, way off the mark. Look how fast Shawn Michaels is from the top down on him. Michaels with his own arm drag takedown. Shawn Michaels coming on strong. Looking on his partner, Marty Jannetty. Ever vigilant on the outside. One thing about Jannetty, I'll say, if you had to choose a tag team partner, you would want one like Jannetty. He's always there for you, Alfred.
Absolutely.
And not just there in terms of the physicality. He's always rooting you on. He's almost like having a cheerleader there on your side.
He is so stalwart, you're absolutely right. Keeps a very, very protective and watchful and alert eye on his partner.
And also, he'll be calling spots for you when you're in there. I mean, if you're in trouble, he sees something coming from an opponent, if you can hear him, that is. He's always giving you advice, constantly. Off the rope now. Ooh. From behind, though, Shawn Michaels. A little double teaming going on there.
They are a great
Shawn
tag team.
That's okay, though. It's tag team. You can double team and tag team.
Nasty Boys are a great tag team.
I'll remember you said that. On the outside, Shawn Michaels back to the ring post. Marty Jannetty over there with his tag team partner trying to help him out. I wonder if the match is over.
Is it over? Did we ring the bell?
No. The official moving Jannetty back to his corner. Now the official count will begin. Oh, wait a minute. They're distracting the official. Meanwhile, on the outside, have him scoop with you right to the ring post. Knobbs and Sags and Nasty Boys doing what they do best now.
Tag team wrestling.
What a dangerous move that was on the outside. Michaels, who was doing so well.
Now, what sort of dissension would you allow that is going on in, as far as the Rockers are concerned? What do you know, Bobby Heenan?
Well, I just know what I read. If you read the World Wrestling Federation magazine, you're going to learn something, McMahon. They don't get along. They haven't for a long time. They're very jealous of one another.
If that's the case, you'd never know it by what happens in the, let me try it out again. By what happens in the ring.
You're even getting excited.
Reaching for the tag. Tag out. Shawn Michaels needs to get out of there.
Ooh. Oh, well measured. Beautiful move by Sags.
Bend him in half. Snap him.
Jerry Sags really pouring on the pressure.
Michael, very, very vulnerable now. Needs to make that tag.
Marty Jannetty very anxious to come in.
Not too anxious, or he'd be in.
Well, illegally, perhaps.
Like they always do everything legal.
Knobbs and Sags, the Nasty Boys. Hoping to hold it together here in Madison Square Garden. Both teams wanting that matchup with LOD. Both teams wanting to be tag team champions.
And right now, that looks a good proposition here for the Nasty Boys. They've dominated this last 10 minutes or so of this match.
Still got some fight left in him, don't he? And he's had his back rammed into the ring post. He's been slammed on the floor.
Great courage, you're right, Bobby.
And Shawn Michaels making the tag. No.
He's not,
The official
not smart enough to quit.
wanting both feet on the canvas and just reach out. Michaels back to his feet now. Tag is going to be made. A lunge for it on the part of Jannetty. And meanwhile, off the rope now.
Uh-oh. Nice legal tag by the Nasties.
And very
For a
leisurely.
change.
Well done.
Dropping the elbow. The cover now. We have 1, 2, and a kick out by Michaels.
He's lucky.
Brian Knobbs in control. Forearm. Setting up Shawn Michaels. Coming off. Back button. Now look at this. Bear hug.
I think I heard him give. I've had it, I think. Did he say I had it? Ring the bell?
I don't believe so. And again, Jannetty wanting to make the tag. You have to have arms as long as Andre the Giant's to make that tag. And Jannetty and Michaels trying to rally here against the Nasty Boys. This match meaning so very, very much for both teams.
And it certainly means a lot to the Rockers. If they can overcome the Nasty Boys, they would be in a line for a title shot.
And then again, perhaps the same would be true here for the Nasty Boys.
Absolutely. Michael's stamina never in any question, but I think he ought to tag out, don't you?
If he possibly could, Michaels trying to make his move. There you go. Elbow, another. Look at him go. Now, turn around, make that tag. Jannetty reaching as far as he possibly can. Oh, no, and Sags cuts him off.
And once again, disaster strikes Vince.
Indeed. It's Vince, not Bobby.
I was going to say Bobby, I beg your pardon.
Oh, Shawn Michaels had better tag out. I don't care who you are. 1, 2, got him. 3, no. 2, so close. Michaels had better tag out. He is being worn down by both Nasty Boys, one after the other.
And the Nasty Boys really enjoying this match now.
Off the rope. Sets him up. There we go. Now, turn around, official. Oh, come on. Count of 2, and unfortunately, the official out of position there.
While he was doing his job, he was getting Knobbs back to his corner.
Yeah, well, Knobs intentionally distracting him.
Good tag team wrestling.
All right, strategy's not bad. I'll have to agree with you there.
Uh-oh.
All power moves by the Nasty Boys. They've certainly studied well how to beat the Rockers.
Well, a good big man will always beat a good small man. And two good big guys always beat two good little guys. But these aren't little guys, but they're smaller than the
I was
Nasty.
going to say, these are very fair-sized guys, Michaels and Jannetty, especially Michaels,
And no
a big
doubt,
man.
both individuals have, both rockers, that is, have tremendous heart. Reaching for the tag continually. Marty Jannetty, 2 through, and again, a very close count. And if this match goes another 5 minutes without a tag, then there's no question, I believe the Nasty Boys will be victorious. 2 in, and again, a number of near falls here.
Well, Michaels has never been the same since he got his back rammed into the ring post out here on the floor. Never been the same. All the fight went out of him.
Reaching with the tag rope, trying to make the tag legally. Marty Jannetty. Over the top it has to be. And
He knows that. He's smart enough. He's just gold bricking.
who's what?
Jannetty, I don't really think he wants in there. He knows if he gets in there, he's going to wind up in the same position Michaels is in.
Jannetty trying to encourage his capacity crowd to help his partner out.
Nothing's going to help his partner but his partner.
And Shawn Michaels could use all the help he could possibly get. One, 2, and 3. He did not get him. 1, 2, and he got him. No. 2, 3.
Uh-oh.
Now make that tag. Come on. Shawn Michaels. Just turn around and make the tag to your partner. Turn around. Make that lunge.
Come on, Sags. Tag Knobs. Get in there, Knobs.
Tag was made on the part of the Nasty Boys.
Whoa.
Here comes Jannetty. Jannetty setting up Knobs. Oh, down to the canvas.
Uh-oh, did he nail him?
Marty Jannetty, a house of fire. He's been waiting on the outside. Wait a minute. Yes, he's all over both of them.
Sure, he's had a rest. He's been standing on the apron for the last 50.
Oh, yeah. The cover, 1, 2. Oh, no. I've lost track of who the legal man in the ring is supposed to be. Look out.
Who is the legal man, Alfred?
Small package, turn around, ref. Turn around, ref. Oh, no. No, don't turn around. Michael, and back again. Wait a minute, he just pinned his own partner.
Wait a minute.
Oh, mistake.
Now, what happened there?
What happened there was so much flip-flop back and forth. What happened there was Shawn Michaels thought he was helping his tag team partner. Unfortunately, turned the wrong man over.
Here are your winners, the Nasty Boys.
The Nasty Boys victorious. Little discussion going on here, as you might suspect, on the part of Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty. It was an accident. Plain as day.
I wonder.
What do you mean you wonder? You think Shawn Michaels did that intentionally? He beat his own tag team partner, realizing that he would be hurting himself?
I wonder. You know,
Wait a minute, they had an opportunity to wrestle for the championship. Do you think Shawn Michaels would blow that?
I wonder.
If he was going to do some damage to his partner, clearly he would have done some damage. That wasn't damage. That was just a mistake, and it can happen to any tag team. After all, give credit to Shawn Michaels. He took a tremendous drubbing in that match, Alfred.
He did indeed, so swiftly that he didn't see whose leg it was he pulled. The referee just went down and counted 3. A very unfortunate accident.